Every single person who plays Splatoon 3 needs to watch this video. I'm sick of it. Here's the context. Warning, I'm losing my mind. Thank you. Oh, nice. We're going left. Oh my god, look at the difference. Look at the difference when we go the actual right way. Oh my god, look at that. Wow. Wow, magical. Oh, we might even be able to get a lead here. We might even be able to get a lead here. Pop it. Just run it. Just run it. Just go. Just go. Oh my god, look at that. Beautiful. We can even still run it! Are you kidding? We can still run the Rainmaker because we're going left? There's no way! Wow! Oh my god. It's just that easy. The difference, man. Now we just play defense and we win. Nice. See? See? It's so good, isn't it? When you go left on this map, it's just so free. Even if you pick up the Rainmaker and you still run it while we've killed one already, it doesn't matter if you die. If you die, we're still 3v3 or a man up. So you can just repop it. And you're in a good position to repop it. So if we go left on that map specifically, we're always in a good position to do that. It's just great. And we don't have people spawning on top of us because we're going right towards their spawn. It's actually insane. I should make a video on ways to go with Rainmaker. You know what? I'm doing that tomorrow. First thing in the morning, I'm gonna wake up. I'm going to show you guys every single map in the game of where you should be bringing a Rainmaker. I am sick of it now. I am going to make that change. Every single map in the game, this is where you want to bring the Rainmaker and why you don't go this way. I'm doing that tomorrow. I will show you guys absolutely every single way of where you should be bringing the Rainmaker and where you should not be bringing the Rainmaker. So here I am today, and literally, as you see, I just got out of bed. Let's get this done. Truly, it's been far too long, and it's been 2 years. So like today, I am going to teach you guys every single place where you need to be bringing the Rainmaker because some of you guys are just not doing it right. I'm going to tell you guys why you should be bringing it there and why you should not be bringing it the other way. So let's get started with the first map, Scorch Gorge. Right, Scorch Gorge. The place where you want to bring the Rainmaker is towards the right. Not towards the left, not there. You want to bring the Rainmaker towards the right when you are trying to push it. The reason for why you don't go to the left, because look, you're fighting on grates, and fighting on grates is never fun. It slows down your entire movement unless you have run speed. But at the same time, it's very, very easy for the opposition to shoot the Rainmaker or shoot anybody if they're standing on the grates there. So don't bring it here. The only time you ever bring it here is when everyone is dead and you have the opportunity to. Eeltail Alley is actually kind of a funny one, and it doesn't exactly matter too much. It just depends on where your opponents are. So if majority of your opponents are towards the left, then go towards the right. If majority of your opponents are towards the right side and all in this area, then let's go to the left. Usually it's easier to bring it towards the left because literally if you're on this platform, you can literally jump the Rainmaker from here to here. And it's very, very easy to do, so make sure you go ahead and do that. The final push does not exactly matter, it just depends on where your opponents are. If they're right, go left. If they're left, go right. Easy. Hagglefish Market is also kind of in the realm where it's like kind of like Eeltail Alley, but it's a little bit different. It's the same thing of like if they're right, go left, and if they're left, go right. But there are some times where like they focus towards the right a whole lot more, and if you're just trying to get the checkpoint, then go left because it can be really easy to actually get it because, you know, it's actually goes quite far away from the spawner. But usually you want to play a stalemate or play a game where you can take out a few people and just take it towards this pedestal here because it's much easier. The reason for why you want to do this, because I'm going to show you right now, because you can get a huge ton of points very, very quickly. As you can see, we're on 62. If you pick it up, you can go here to here. It's about 30 points extra. Like everyone should have, of course, noticed if you've been playing this game frequently, but yeah, you want to bring it up here because, you know, the 30-point mark or 27-point mark for if you're pushing on this side is around here. Like, as you can see, it's literally around here. So bring it forward is a lot easier to get a lot of points. Right, Undertow Spillway. This is actually the map that caused this video to even happen. When I was playing last night, a bunch of you guys tried to go right. And I was just like, please stop doing that. The reason for why you do not go right on this map, unless they are all dead, all the opponents are all dead, the reason for why you do not go right is mainly because the opponents spawn literally right there. The opponents are spawning right there, so they're spawning pretty much on top of you. So the thing is, why we want to go left and why we want to bring it towards the left is because, of course, the opponents aren't spawning on top of us. And look how far away the spawn is from the pedestal here. It's so much easier to actually get it here than all the way over there or just over there. Like, there's one case where you can go to the right. Let's just say the entire enemy team is filled up onto the left. If they're all there and you're trying to just get the quick checkpoint, yeah, go ahead and do that. However, even then, when it comes to the second push, do not pick up this Rainmaker and go towards that this ramp right here, unless of course they're all dead or if you have a bunch of run speed or anything, because of course the opponents are spawning right on top of us. We don't want to do that, and this slows us down greatly. So this is just for a checkpoint, of course, but if no one is there, if everyone is there, you go right. And if everyone is here, or majority of the time, if everyone's just in mid and everything, we still want to go left because it comes to I guess the second push, because once we're going left, the idea is just trying to push it through here, which is actually, this whole area is such a hard, place to actually just defend the Rainmaker, because even though you got high ground, even just fighting on top of this one area is very, very difficult. Very, very difficult. It's not the easiest thing to actually shoot people from down here, because as of course this is me looking down fully. I can't shoot anybody that's directly under the grate, so it's a lot more difficult. Unless I'm a blaster or something, then yeah, maybe it's a little bit easier to do that. But the thing is, we want to bring it left, because even if we die with the Rainmaker, let's just say that we got one down, even if we die with the Rainmaker, the repop advantage that we can get, we can literally, if we pop the Rainmaker right here, if we're trying to repop it, we're basically killing everybody in this whole vicinity. It's just so easy, and it's just the run up right here is just so much easier. So as long as you got this part controlled and you can run up through this way, it's just so much easier. You don't want to have to go around the grate. I mean, sometimes it's kind of nice to go around the grate. Depends on the situation. It's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah, bring it left. Please bring it left on this map. It's just so annoying that we don't bring it left, and we don't understand why we aren't bringing it left. It's just, please bring it left. Right, Mincemeat Metalwork. Honestly, this one's a little bit better because a lot of people actually do bring it the right way on this map, but for those who don't, I'm just going to show you anyway. The way that we want to go on this map is we want to go right. We want to go right because the lead up towards the ending is much easier. And first of all, I mean, there are, I guess, a couple of cases where we could bring it left, but this grating right here does slow us down tremendously, unless you're actually using this part, which a lot of people actually do. But I think it's just the thing of having to jump from the grate or jump from this ledge to the other thing, which basically slows us down a bunch. But reasons why we could go left, let's just say everyone's on the right, then we go left. Literally that simple. But majority of the time you don't want to, because of course the high ground at this area right here is very, very good for the opponent, so we don't want to actually go that way. And I guess also leading the Rainmaker even further, it can be a little bit difficult, but actually it's not the most difficult. You're actually just jumping it from the pedestal to their platform. But that's very difficult because literally the opponents spawn there. That's exactly why we don't usually push the Rainmaker here. I mean, of course, like I said, you can jump it from here to here, and it's actually pretty easy actually to get through here. But that would mean that all the opponents have spawned in and they're all on the right. So if they're all focused on right and we got the Rainmaker somehow here, then yeah, do it. But majority of the time, don't do that. Just go right. It's a lot easier, and fighting this whole area too, way, way easier when you're going right. So. Right, Hammerhead Bridge. There's only one pedestal on this map, so good job. Pats on the back to everyone, because we have been doing it right all the time while Hammerhead Bridge has been here. Right, Museum di Alfonsino. Oh yeah, there's only one pedestal here too, so good job, guys. We have been doing it right again. There's nothing really much to say. You can go on that grate sometimes, but of course it's not likely for that to happen. And I mean, it's maybe not the most safest thing, because running on grates is never really safe. It's just easier to run it through here. There's nothing really much else to say on this map. Mahi-Mahi Resort is actually an interesting one. To be honest, I don't even think there is actually a bad way to take the Rainmaker, but of course there's always a better way. I mean, not many people actually go towards the right, and actually that's a good thing that we're not going towards the right, mainly because the enemies spawn literally right there, so it's a lot easier for the enemies to come and contest if if you're pushing the Rainmaker on this pedestal here. So majority of the time, most of us actually just go towards the left, which is usually the better way. And also it's good to go this way because, let's just say the enemies are trying to fight, we actually have the high ground against them if they're on this area, and also them trying to climb this wall is very, really awkward, and since we're all over this place and suppressing this area, it's a lot easier to us just to bring the Rainmaker here and then make the map change, and literally it's just a hole straight away. So yeah, majority of us have already been doing this right. There's no real problem here. Inkblot Art Academy only has one pedestal, but there is one thing that I do want to mention, which some people still do, and it doesn't really make much sense to me. So first of all, gonna pick the Rainmaker up onto the one pedestal. Cool, that is one thing. However, it's just sometimes the direction some people take the Rainmaker. Like, it really just makes no sense that why we sometimes do this. Like, obviously, the Rainmaker pedestal, the next one is literally right there. But for some reason, some people get the great idea that, hey, maybe we should bring the Rainmaker pedestal up here. If you're doing this, you're doing it completely wrong. There is no reason for why you should ever bring the Rainmaker pedestal here on the second push. There's literally no reason, mainly because if you are bringing it up here, then literally, of course, the enemies are spawning on you. It's a lot easier for the enemies to actually contest this whole area because they can fight from that part. And at the same time, when it comes to re-popping the Rainmaker, like, it doesn't really do anything for you. Like, if you're gonna bring it here and jump through this area, it's just not worth it. Like, this whole jump is just like super risky, especially because enemies can fight from that part here or this part here. It's really easy for them to actually take you out from this spot. So don't pick it up here. The only people who should be going up at this area right here is people that aren't holding the Rainmaker. Like, if you're not holding the Rainmaker, you can bring it up here. If you are, never bring it up here. So bring it, of course, towards this ramp, because it's also a lot easier to actually bring the Rainmaker past anywhere. So yeah, bring it towards this ramp. It's just this whole area. You get way more points going this way. You get less points going up there. It doesn't make any sense why people bring it up there. So only thing I need to explain on this map. Sturgeon Shipyard is actually kind of a funny one, but I understand the philosophy of bringing it left. But usually it's not like, I guess, the best way to bring it. But I understand it. I understand it because sometimes, like, you can bring it left and, like, of course, this whole wall is up. So it's a lot easier to actually, like, bring the Rainmaker here. And then, like, of course, this makes this whole ramp go down and all that type of stuff. But I personally think usually majority of the time it's a lot easier to bring it here. Main reason because the follow-up is a lot easier. Like, I think when you're leading the Rainmaker or just holding the Rainmaker, if you make this one path, you're going right here and you hug this wall here. It's a lot harder for anybody on the other enemy team to actually hit you. So I think it's a lot easier, of course, to actually get up here. And I mean, obviously, like, if you bring it up towards the right, like, you're basically working towards when this big wall is going to go down and it's going to go up. So at some points, yeah, okay, checkpoint, you could get it for checkpoint. It's not the worst thing in the world, but preferably going down towards this area is a whole lot easier because the fight's so much easier. It's a lot less awkward. And I think as well too, the defensive point is, let's just say enemies are in this area here. Defensive point is so easy because like if the Rainmaker is right here, it's a lot easy. It's very easy to actually like fight someone that's actually just trying to jump from here to here. So preferably bring it towards here and you know, at times go there, I guess. If like they can't reach you, then sure, but yeah, preferably forward. MakoMart actually has some interesting parts. There's actually 2 pedestals on this one as well, but majority of people, which, you know, funny enough, we actually do the right thing. We actually do go towards here. Reason for why? Because the enemy spawn is literally here. So this is why we don't bring it to this pedestal. The enemy spawn is literally right there, and it's very easy to the enemy to actually contest this. However, let's just say that we get the quickest pop in the world. If we get the quickest pop in the world and we actually fragged out the entire enemy team, then bring it towards the right because that is actually the quicker way. But majority of the time, it's usually better for follow-up, like on your next push, to always bring it left, even if you actually do fully wipe the enemy team, because of course the Rainmaker is much farther away. You can take these positions, so if you take this position, it's a lot easier for you to actually fend off the enemy team to actually get past. You can actually also jump from that position, actually, from here to this grate too. So you can actually fend off people that are coming from here. So you basically get full control of the entire map as long as your people who are leading the Rainmaker are on this position and on this position. So usually it's better to always go left. It's a lot easier. And like, again, like, I mean, people do this too. You can like hug the wall here, go up here, and then you're already up here. So yeah, no, the Rainmaker path, it's usually a lot easier to actually bring it left. And like, I mean, you might get fights or people going up here, but it's really long for the enemy team to actually get to this position. So it's even still, just bring it left. This left is just usually the easier way. Okay, we are on Wahoo World, and Wahoo World, I mean, Funny enough, I wouldn't say it doesn't matter, but I still say it does matter. But not each path isn't terrible. Let's just say each path is not terrible. Although we prefer to go left because the obvious thing, the enemy spawn is much further away from this pedestal. So we don't normally go right, although right is never terrible. Of course, right is never terrible. But at the same time, preferably go left. Like majority of the time, like 80% of the time, you should always try to go to the left side, mainly because walking through this Rainmaker path, so easy, so easy. Like this part, I mean, you can get people on top of here, but like I said, like fighting down towards here is very awkward. So it's most of the time, just bring it towards left. It's a lot easier. And this path too, of course, you can bring it towards, I mean, this path too, but this is also a very awkward path. Like, I guess it depends on if enemies are left or enemies are right or where the enemies are physically positioned, but it's very awkward mainly because there's this uninkable area here, so you can't swim here, so it's usually just better just to go left. It's just a lot easier to fight. It's very straightforward. You can get a Resider in, you can get a Kraken in, you can get a Zuker in, like, so many different specials. Tries triple Ink Strike, Big Bubble. Literally every special in the game works on this one path here. It's great, so do that. Brinewater Springs only has one path. Literally, there is only one way to go. So good job, everyone. Flounder Heights is actually a very interesting one because the Rainmaker pedestals are both in actually pretty decent positions. However, one is definitely better than the other. The right side 100%, 110% is always better than the left path. Although it might be actually a little easier to get it to the left path because literally you're just jumping from the building onto the pedestal. That's cool. However, the right side is a lot easier, mainly because, of course, you still maintain high ground, and that's like the key thing on this map is that you maintain the high ground, and the repop and the follow-up and everything else. It's probably a lot easier to actually get more points on your second push if you actually pop it from this pedestal. So if you get it on this one, things change because now you're actually fighting with the Rainmaker on the same level as your enemy, so it's not usually the most preferred, but that's why we always say just go top right. It's just a lot easier, and I've actually complained about people not bringing it towards the right. I remember having an X-Rank session where people were bringing it down here, and we lost because we were bringing it down here and we weren't bringing it right here. So please bring it right. Umami Ruins only has one path. Quite literally, there is only one path you can take. I mean, I guess you could bring the Rainmaker here, but why would anyone do it? I don't even think I've ever seen anyone take the Rainmaker at this position here. That it would not make any sense. Right, so this is actually the first map of the game, Manta Maria, where it actually does not exactly matter where you bring it, because personally, I think both positions or both paths are actually really good. It all just depends on where people are. If majority of people are on the right, then go to the left. If majority of people are onto the left and all fighting this area, then go towards the right. It really just depends on where people are. Both of these positions are actually really good. It really does not matter. So this is like, literally there is no preferred way. I guess more people bring it towards the left anyway, but like even then, a lot of people also bring it towards the right, and it's never bad for any situation. Because literally if you brought it to the right, you could literally have people climb up onto this position here and you're pretty much good. If you brought people over here too, you can still climb up to this position and your people are still good. And you can also get more people towards the left too anyway. So it really does not matter on this map. It just depends on where people are. Everyone's been doing great on this map. Good job, everyone. Barnacle Dime only has one pedestal, so everyone's been doing great. However, I'll just say on your second push, usually, I mean, again, everyone does this already. So yeah, bring it towards the left. It's a lot easier. This is like ultimate high ground for you. So yeah, no one really actually brings it towards this way. It's actually really rare to find anybody bring the Rainmaker towards here, which for good reason. Literally, the enemies spawn literally right here, so it's a lot easier for them to fight this area. So yeah, no, actually, I'm very proud of everyone on this map because we all bring it the right way. So this is good. We're all bringing it here. It's always the best way. And there's nothing really more that needs to be said about this one. Right, Humpback Pump Track. Humpback Pump Track's an interesting one. I think it generally depends on the situation, but good majority of the time, it's best to go right, which majority of people actually do because, of course, the pedestal or the Rainmaker is way closer to the pedestal, and taking it to the pedestal that's all the way on the left, so much more difficult, so much longer too. So majority of you guys are already doing it right. We're already going to all the way towards the right, so that's good. I don't really see many situations for why you go left, but I guess The only reason why you would go left is if everyone is dead. But even then, if everyone is dead, everyone still goes to the right anyway. Like, it's just best to go to this pedestal. Like, it doesn't really make much sense to go to that one because you get more points going this way, and you get, like, it's a lot easier to actually lead the Rainmaker towards this pedestal here from this area too. Like, there are some situations, like, I guess if absolutely everybody on the other enemy team is like all congested on this one side, then that's like the one reason for why I could see everyone, like, if you want to bring the Rainmaker towards this pedestal, that's like literally, it's like it doesn't happen often. It's like a 5% chance where that might happen. I'm just pulling statistics out of my head right now, but yeah, literally just go right. Everyone's been doing it right. Everyone's going right. Everyone goes right. So yeah. Crableg Capital. Crableg Capital is a very interesting one again, where, to be very honest, both pedestals are actually very good because they're both quite even when it comes to, like, I guess where the enemy spawn is. So it doesn't exactly matter. Like, technically this pedestal is a little bit easier, but I think why most people actually don't go to this pedestal, mainly because of this platform right here. If this platform is not cleared, then there's no reason to go there. But I mean, it doesn't exactly matter. I think this is actually one of those maps where, like, both pedestals are actually pretty good. Like, even bring it to this one where even, like, you got grating, but, like, what majority of people do, once we brought it to this pedestal, we're already running towards the grate or have a special to clear this area, so a lot of people tend to bring it here anyway. And at the same time, while we are on grating, of course, like, we actually got higher ground on this platform, so it's a lot, like, it's kind of like even ground of fighting this area too, and also just bring it to, when you got the Rainmaker here, it's like really pretty much GG at that point. So it's just like, you know, if you can get this Rainmaker on this thing and then you jump here, then you're pretty much good to go. Majority of people go right. It's a lot easier. I mean, I think it's just because it's a little bit quicker to actually get towards the pedestal, and there's a lot less areas, or there's a lot more areas where you can fight. So, but to be honest, this pedestal is never bad. Like, you can bring up the Rainmaker this area too. I think the thing is just that fighting this area is a little bit harder. So if the enemies actually come and spawn and they try to fight you and drop on you here, it's a lot bit harder to actually bring the Rainmaker here. But I mean, it just kind of depends on where people are. So yeah, nah, this map is kind of an even-ish one. Maybe not as even as Manta Maria, but like, majority of people bring it right. So go right anyway. Shipshape Cargo could not be any more straightforward, and it makes absolutely no sense from my last X-Rank session when I played Rainmaker here for why anyone would want to bring the Rainmaker here. Genuinely, it makes no sense to bring the Rainmaker on this area too. Because of course, if you're bringing the Rainmaker here, like, it's just odd. Like, first of all, you're fighting on grates, and the Rainmaker has to run through this area, and it's just much slower in general. The second thing, the repop, if you bring the Rainmaker here, is so awkward because, of course, they have better high ground from here, so it's a lot harder to fight that. And even while the Rainmaker is close, it really just does not make sense why you would want to bring the Rainmaker here. Like, it really genuinely doesn't. So majority of the time, you guys do go towards this area, which is good. Take this platform, or take this pedestal. You only have to fight that and that, but, like, to be honest, fighting this and this with decent specials, it's not that hard. So, and of course, like, it's literally just a straightaway. You just have to go forward. I mean, even then, the pop, even if you don't get the Rainmaker on the pedestal straight away, the pop here is amazing because if you get to repop, you basically paint up this whole area, and it's so much easier to fight and move around. So bring the Rainmaker forward is usually better. Bringing it through here is also usually better too. Like, a wall weapon can be really, really good here. A big bubble weapon can be really, really good, and basically any special that can suppress this one whole way, and just to get the Rainmaker going towards this pedestal, very, very easy. So yeah, just go forwards. It's just so simple and straightforward. Robo ROM-en. Okay, Robo ROM-en's an interesting one, but there is usually one easy way, which majority of you guys actually do. I mean, just go this way. Left is usually the best way because once you repop, the repop opportunity is so much better for, like, just your team. You can actually suppress people from here, you suppress people from here, and you actually, like, got decent, it's a decent straightaway just towards the final pedestal. You don't bring it here. Don't bring it here. Like, it's just, like, it's so awkward. You're, like, on lower ground for everything, and you're having to fight everyone from high ground. It's never good to bring it here. And this path is just super, this path is so awkward. This path is actually so awkward. Why would you go all the way around and then have to fight more high ground here? Like, what? Don't. I don't think anyone's actually ever brought it here. I've never seen someone ever bring the Rainmaker towards this area, so I guess the majority of you guys know not to do that. Just bring it forwards. You're good. All right, cool. Well, not forward, left. Jeez. Bluefin Depot. Okay, Bluefin Depot. There is only... Yeah, actually, just go left. I had to actually think about this. Yeah, just go left. Literally, the Rainmaker is here, and you can just go there. Like, it's so close together. Like, why is this Rainmaker pedestal so far away? This pedestal is extremely far away. Like, I guess, like even then, like, it's not terrible. It's not actually not even a terrible spot, but, like, if you're trying to get that first checkpoint, just go left. It's just a lot easier to do that. And then, I mean, afterwards, it doesn't really, I guess it really matter where you bring it afterwards, because, like, I guess there's one thing where you can bring the Rainmaker here and you're fighting this area, then, you know, this area is actually quite nice to fight. It depends on, like, the situation, too. Like, if you've got that cleared and you can... If you got someone... Let's just say if you got someone up here, too. Like, if you got someone up here to fight this and this, then you're pretty much good. Even then, if we're talking first pedestal, yeah, always go left. It's a lot quicker to get the first checkpoint. And then, anyway... The second part is just, it depends where people are. So if people, majority, are focused toward left, then you're probably bringing the Rainmaker all the way to the right, and that's fine, sure. And same thing for right, so yeah. Very, very easy one. Marlin Airport. I mean, actually, there's only one pedestal, so we've all been doing it right. It's very, very easy to bring it towards this pedestal. So second push might differ is you pop the Rainmaker. Like, obviously, I think usually the best place to go is this, even though you're like, walking on uninkable grates, I mean, that's something, or uninkable area, that's just something. But I think when you bring it all the way, the Rainmaker all the way towards right and go all the way here, it's you get a whole lot less points. Like look how much further, like it says I'm actually going further away from the pedestal the farther I go towards here. So it's basically like never really the best idea to bring it towards the right. I mean, you have to also get the grating towards you, so it's just like a bit, it's just like giving you more issues than you don't need. And plus the repop here is actually really, really good. Like if you've got your players and you've got control of all this area too, the repop here is actually really, really nice. So, because literally if you're popping it here, you're actually suppressing everyone on this area and everyone below too. So it's just like, you might as well go just towards the pedestal. Like don't waste your time. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this specific map, and last one now. All right, Lemuria. Lemuria is an interesting one. Lemuria is actually a very, very interesting one. I don't even think it actually matters where you bring it. To be honest, I mean, I think majority of people go left because it's a lot quicker. But I guess it depends on the situation. I mean, this is one of those maps where the spawn is very, very far away. I mean, I guess this one might be a little bit harder to get it on. But at the same time, I don't think it's super, super hard. Like, both are pretty easy actually to get to the Rainmaker on. I mean, this one is definitely the most easiest because literally you're going from high ground to this spot, and I mean, you're pretty much far away from this area. Like if anyone is there, like I think that's literally all you're watching, like this area to watch and this like ramp area to watch. I mean, there's literally two areas, so yeah, no, I mean, I guess bring it towards this point and then bring it towards this little like moving platform. Like you can get the Rainmaker really, really quickly to the last point. I don't think there's any other area that you can bring the Rainmaker. It's literally that one area. So yeah, this one does not exactly matter. Like you can go there if you want. It's not ideal, but go there. It's usually easier. So, and that is pretty much where you should all be going when you are playing Rainmaker. There is no other reason for you going any other way other than the ways that I said in this video, because if you are, then I don't know what you're doing. If anybody sees anybody doing it wrong, please spam this way in the right area of where you're supposed to be going, because it's going to get your team to win the games even more. So please do that. Just let people know where to go the right way. Please share this video everywhere to let people know where to go the right way, because I'm so sick of this now. So yeah, thank you very much everyone for watching. I hope you learned something. I hope you better have learned something. This is you guys right now. Why are you looking away? You didn't learn. Anyways. Thank you very much, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow the video, like the video. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. You know what? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.